Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name is Haris Jafri, and we are continuing our series on Git. So let's proceed forward. In previous videos, we discussed about how you can convert a simple folder into a Git repo. And I think in video number 2, we discussed how you put a certain file on track and how you untrack that file. Now, in this video, we are going to discuss about the working concepts of Git, and we are going to complete from 0 to 100. We are going to complete entire process from 0 to 100 and visualize it on our whiteboard as well. Now, we have a folder, and that folder contains two files inside of it, file 1 and file 2. And indeed, if you observe, I have indeed created a folder on my desktop, and there are two files inside of it, file 1 and file 2. Now I will ensure that file 1 contains nothing, and I will save it. So essentially I have two empty text files on this folder. This folder resides inside of the desktop directory. So we have something, and that something can be visualized on the whiteboard. Now, once I open a git bash and I type the following command: git init. This init stands for initialize. So once I type git init, what happens is that this folder will be converted into something like this. Right? This folder will then be converted into something like this. Now observe it. File 1 will remain file 1, file 2 will remain file 2, and there will be additional hidden file by the name of .git/. Right? Now, one section of this folder is called working directory, another section is called staging area, and the third section is called local repository, or in short, local repo. Now I will move it from here, somewhere here, and I will create a space between them. So this is what the scenario will become. So let me go inside this folder. I will open it, and I will open git bash here, and first I will check whether it is a git repository or not. So I will type git status. Right now it is not a git repository, so I will convert it into a git repository, git init. Once I type git init, this process will happen. This folder will now be converted into something like this. It will still be a folder. Mind you, this will still be a folder. You will not be able to visualize this working area, staging area, local repo. You will just see the similar folder, but the back end of this folder will become something like this. Now, as you observe, I have file 1 and file 2 inside my working area, and a hidden folder by the name of .git/. Now, if I type git add, if I type git add file 1, the current status of the file, this file is right now empty. So I will write empty here. This file is completely empty. So empty file 1. Right now this file 1 is completely empty. But once I type git add file 1, this file will be transferred into into the staging area, right? So this file will be transferred into staging area, and the file will still be empty. So I can essentially just copy it, and this will be an empty file, right? So let me do it. Git add file 1.txt, and before I do that, I just want to show you the answer of git status. So it is telling me that I have two files which are currently untracked. So what I will do is I will type git add file 1.txt, enter. So this empty file will now be transferred into the staging area via this command, git add file 1. Git add file 1. Now I have to transfer this from staging area to a local repository. What this local repository does is that it is a permanent storage, right? Permanent storage. Once you put file inside your local repository, it will take a snapshot of the file, and you can revert back to that position at any point in time, right? So the command to do that is git commit. Git commit -m, and you can give a message and the name of the file, right? So now we are going to use this command and transfer this file inside our local repository. Remind you, it's an empty file. So I will copy it and I will paste it somewhere. It's still a empty file, file 1. So I will do it now. We have seen this on our whiteboard, and now I will do it physically. Now I have added the file 1 in the staging area. Now I will commit it. Git commit -m followed by a message. I can type this is revision 0, for example, and I have to give the name of the file, file 1.txt. Alright. We have completed the git commit command, and now my empty version of the file, so this is my revision 0, for example. This is my revision 0. Now I can go back to this revision 0 at any point in time. So this is one complete cycle, and in the next video we will discuss furthermore what is going to happen after this, right? Like, share, subscribe. Love you 3000.